G'day, it's still Christmas where I am, and I've been mulling over this. So for the most part, all the other sessions, I did them back to back. While the video was processing for each one, I went out and did a little bit of gardening, came back in and did the next section. This one I've gone and had dinner, and I've done some stuff for the family, and I've been mulling over this in the background, trying to work it out, because I've been trying to work out how to stack multiple dice from multiple sources into the formula. And I think I've got a way that's going to work. So we're going to give it a go anyway. So let's dive in and have a look. So we're going to change all of these from being rolls. We're going to insert an icon up the top here. That's going to be our rolling icon. And it's going to store the dice pool as we build it. And what we also need to do is have a way to clear that dice pool. And that was the bit that was making it a bit difficult for me logically, and working within the framework of the Ruleset Wizard. We are going to do a little bit of custom code, but it's very light, very simple stuff, and I've tried to keep it to a minimum. I didn't want to rebuild the whole dice rolling system. So let's dive in and have a look. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have a look at one of these elements. I'll start here down here with empathize mind. So currently it's set up as a dice roll. I'm going to get rid of that completely. And then of course, had we worked this out earlier, when we copy and paste some of these, it would have reduced some of what we're doing. But anyway, I've cleared that dice roll. If I publish it now, it'll lose its dice icon. What we have to do though is add a little bit of code in here in the background. Why is it not typing? Keep typing, nothing's happening. Okay, I haven't selected anything. So, okay, function, double click. It's a nice simple interaction. What we want to do is declare a variable. We want to get the value of this field. Alright, and we're going to store it as nDice. I'm then going to just declare another variable nPool with a value of 0. I'm going to then update nPool, and it's going to be equal to nPool, so 0 for the moment, plus window. Now I normally work with a database, but everything is going to be on the same sheet here, so I'm going to keep it as it is. I just used something called pool in there, and I haven't created the pool element, so we better do that next. Alright, but what I'm going to do is the value of my variable nPool will be basically 0 plus the value of the pool currently, alright, and plus the value of this number field when I click on it. Alright, so if I've got a skill of 2 in empathize, I'm going to get whatever value is in the pool, and I'm going to add 2 to it, and that's going to be my nPool variable. And then of course I'm going to need to stick that. I'm going to apply that into my target pool, my target with the name pool. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do firstly. So let's have a look at that. And what I want to do is I'm going to go over to the car sheet. I'm going to create a rollable icon up here. Let's go first. We're going to go over here and create a new frame. Okay, frame. We're going to use a frame. Alright, the frame I want to use is a D6 icon that I've just created. Okay. Okay, that's sucky. Why have I done that? Alright. I need to recreate that image. Bugger. Alright, let's quickly do that. Where have we got it? Okay. Let's go to image, scale image. Firstly, let's set this to 96 pixels. Right, not changing anything here. Image, scale it down to 40. Scale. Alright, now we're going to export it. I can't use D6 because the Ruleset Wizard's holding that file image open. It's locked, so I'm just going to call it dice. Alright, export this. Alright, let's do a new one here. Alright, nice. Okay, no errors. The green frame fits it perfectly. Frame offset 000. I just want that to be the center. It's 40 pixels by 40 pixels, and I'm going to call this frame name dice frame. Alright, dice frame it is. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to car sheet. Got some space up here. I'm going to create a button. I think I'm going to do a button. No, not going to do a button. I'm going to do a number field. Put my number field up here. I'm going to set the name of my number field firstly to pool. I'm going to give it a frame. I'm not going to use field dark. I'm going to use dice frame. And I'm going to set the height to 40. I'm going to set the width to 40. And I'm going to default value 0. Anything else I need there? I don't think so. Okay, I do. I want a dice roll. So the dice roll is going to be self D6 and successes on 6. And my description text is going to be users pool, no not pool, roll, another field we haven't created just yet, but we will. Use modifier stack, true. Okay, so that's created. I need to create a string field. I drop it over here. I'm going to make it hidden later on. Alright, but for the moment I'm going to give it a name, roll, and I'm not going to hide it, I'm not going to do anything else with it, just going to leave it there for the moment so we can see it as it gets interacted with. Let's go back to our elements over here. So empathize mind, alright. We can test this one out firstly. Let's just test this and see what we get. Publish this. Reload the table. Fingers crossed. Okay. Empathize mind. Let's give it a value of 4. Double click. Okay. Attempt to index field. Pull a nil value. Alright. Let's think about what we've got there. So attempt to index field 5. So what have we got? Window.pull. I wonder if it's not in the same window. We did create it. Car sheet. We did call it pull, I think. Name is pull. Alright. If we had this element over here on the car sheet main, we stick this here and we retest that. Just want to test something. See if it needs to be in the same window class even. Alright, reload the table. And we double click on empathize. Still not finding pool. Okay. What have I missed? It's this line here that's problematic. Okay, when we copy this, okay, we didn't actually give this its name of pool. Alright, let's just try that again. One more time. Famous last words, one more time. Alright, seems to have worked, but I need to make this font white. But if we, yeah, okay, that seems to have worked. I'm going to just delete that. Let's go back here. Let's change this to font here to white. No, font we want to use something large, something like reference header. And we want to use a font color of white. Offset. We want to push it back left and down, which means we probably need a little bit of a some sort of offset in here. Let's try frame offset 0 from the left. I don't want any left offset. I want some from the top. Let's do 5. I want some from the right, and I don't want any from the bottom. Let's see if that does what I think it will, or hope. Okay. Alright, 0 is there. It's not really quite where I needed it. But if I double click here, it's now 4. You can see it here. Double click it to roll it. I roll a single 6, so I've got a single success. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's what I need for my mechanic. I want to tidy this up a little bit, but I also really, really wanted it up here. So I have to think about that. Alright, what we're going to do is actually we're going to stop using the window and we're going to use the database. So let's go and have a look at that. Alright, so nuke those, but I need to also fix what I did up here. So I need to put some frame offset 0, 6, 6, 0. The font, I want it to be the larger font. When reference header, I want the font color white. And that's all we did there. Okay, its name's Paul, but I need to back here. I'm going to have to change my code here a little bit. I'm going to need to do something like node win equals window.get database node, and we need to just double check debug.chat. Alright, we just wanted to check that we're getting the right what node is being returned. Okay, value up here is close. I reckon it still needs to go one more down and one more over, or maybe not even one down, just 2 more pixels, 3 more pixels back to the left. So halve that, add that to the padding on the right. Anyway, what I need to do is when I double click here, car sheet. Okay, good, no problem. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at this code, what we're going to do here next. Alright, let's go with something like node win get child pool get value. That's going to get that from the database rather than from the window, and the database doesn't really change its position relative to where I'm coming from. So it's easier for me to locate it and to access it. So let's just try this one more time. We'll run that back in again. What happened there? Okay. Number field 21, line 9, attempt to index field pool. Okay, line 9, which will be line 8. What an idiot. Okay. We basically need to do this. Instead of a get value, we want to do a set value. Alright, and again. Bang. Save it to 4. Okay, that works. Brilliant. I roll that. Sweet. That rolls. And so Sarah uses sneak, which is awesome, but sneak is just the text we've got in there. We've got to set that text. We want to use, Sarah uses empathize. Now, this is not in the database, this field. This is actually hard-coded in, so we only need to do that into my code as well. So let's pretty much, we want to duplicate this. We don't need the debug in there anymore. Let's grab this, because we're going to do it for the description field now. So local s role equals, that's not what we want. We want to basically just use this text. S role equals empathize. Now this is going to appear at the end, so we can go something like comma empathize. Now we want to do s pool role, just a blank variable. Okay, then we want to do, we don't need to redeclare this, it already exists in the previous one, so we should actually just move that to the top. Right. Okay, now what we want next is s pool role is going to be equal to s role plus node win get child. No, we don't need that. Okay, we do. We want to see if there's any existing data in there. So, and we want to add, this is not right, we want to do something like this. Okay, so we're going to get the any current value in role, and we want to append empathize to it, and then we want to apply it to there. Okay, forgive my ramblings and my mumblings. Alright, let's see if this works. Basically what we're trying to do is take empathize and apply it to the field up here and stick it into here, appending it to whatever is already in there. Alright, let's push that. Reload. A bit disappointed, we just cracked 20 minutes and I feel like we've only just sort of getting to where we want it to be. Alright, something is going along a little bit better. Alright, can't do arithmetic. Dope. Of course we can't. Alright, but this value worked. This became, when I double click this, the 8 became, well the 4 became 8, now it's 12. Alright, but I've probably got some math there instead of, yeah, we've got some math here. So what we need to do here is just do something like that, which will just append the two together rather than trying to sum them. Okay, let's clear this. Right, it's got 0 value. Double click here. It's now got 4. Let's roll it. Oh, and there's a whole long string in there of stuff. Series of sneak and empathize. I'm just going to delete all of that. I'm going to reset this to 0, and you can probably see where my problem is at the moment. Okay, I double click this, we get 4 and empathize. I'll roll that. Alright. Oh, 4 snake eyes. What a terrible, terrible roll. Okay, that's working. We need some sort of mechanism to clear that. And what I've decided here is that my conditions, my skills, and my items will all use the same code we've just written, which will append data to this. But all roles use body, tech, heart, or mind. All roles use one of your attributes. So what I'm going to do is, the process is use the attribute first, and the attribute will clear the pull and the role fields, right? And then put its own data in there. So after you do the role, the values will still be in there, but when you go to set the next role, you use your attribute first and it'll clear the role. So let's go and do that quickly. Alright, let's copy this code here. Alright, let's go up here to body. First, we've cleared the role info, good. Alright, let's see what we've got. We need to add a couple of extra bits in here. I think what we just need to do is, we don't need to get this value first. We just want to apply a new value to it. Alright? So inpull will just equal 0 plus indice. I'm not even sure I need this in there. I was just declaring the variable up front just in case. And it's quite possibly redundant. Again, down here, I don't need a description there. I just want my description to be the new description. So it uses body. Alright? Okay, that's incorrect. It should just be body. And I don't need that. Okay. Let's try this. Let's push this. Reload. Okay, so body is 3. If I click on this, okay, reset that to 3, set this to body. We're also using empathize. I know it's a mind skill. Okay, now we're at 7, and it says body, empathize. Let's roll that. Hey. Sarah uses body and empathize, and we rolled 76, and we've got 3 successes. Freaking awesome roll, and we're successful. We want to do a new roll. We're just going to do body again. Say we just don't have a skill. Say it's using force. We can just roll it from here. All right. You can see that we reset our table up here. Now I'm going to hide this field because it doesn't really fit where it's going to go. I'm going to move this one around a little bit. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to update the roles on each of these fields. So I'm going to use the role for empathize on all of these skills. I'm going to update the text though. I'm going to use them on all the conditions. I can update the text. I'm going to use them on the items. The items will do, maybe I'll do that one in the next video because we'll show you pulling it out of the list. And then I'm going to use the role that we set up on body for these 3. Alright, I'm going to go do that in between doing the next video. I reckon it's going to take me 10 minutes, 15 tops.